Yeah, this is your pod debut. Here we go. What do we got for the people? Here, I'll put you towards the people.
For the people, Costco hot dog. We big boys in this.
Oh my God! If you can't tell, he just shoved that whole thing down his esophagus. It's half of it went down your throat, and he is now chewing the hot dog. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is the Costco glizz?
Dude, it's even better because there's a worker next to the fucking cart corral getting the carts, so he's watching me do this.
He's watching you gag?
He's watching me fucking
spittle on yourself?
Goddamn fucking Costco hot dog.
I really wish I would have hit screen record before he started doing it, but he did it so fast I didn't have a chance.
Dude, no. Is it just what it? Okay, is that the full meal?
Plain hot dog.
It's just a plain. There's no toppings.
Plain dog is crazy.
There's no
When it's
toppings.
hot, when it's fresh, that's the time.
Welcome to Pod-A-Mania. My name is Eddie.
My name is Dylan.
His name is Duff. And he's still eating a Costco hot dog. This is a weekly wrestling podcast.
Most of the time.
Tell him what we cover here, Dylan.
We cover Smackdown from last week to Dynamite this week and anything in between, including Duff scarfing down a dog.
And
Thank you for getting us through the intro.
And our blood and guts predictions and who John Cena's last opponent's going to be.
Who do you think John Cena's last opponent's going to be?
We'll get back to you after you finish that hot dog, Duff. Let's make sure that you guys follow the damn podcast at Pod-A-Mania Pod.
Just do it. Just follow the damn podcast.
Follow me _EWL3. Follow him at Bozo Dills. And lastly, what do they got to do? They got to push some buttons?
You got to press like. You got to press subscribe. And you got to comment who you think is going to be John Cena's last opponent.
Be sure to listen to this show over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and leaving a review and comment over there would be much appreciated.
He's still scarfing down the dog.
I was going to say, back to our favorite review and our favorite YouTube food review mukbanger.
Should we ask him how the hot dog is first, or who he thinks John Cena's going to face first?
I want the hot dog first out of 5 big booms.
So how many big booms are you going to give the hot dog?
I give the Costco hot dog 5 big booms.
Boom, 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 boom.
And who do you think is going to be John Cena's last opponent?
I gotta say, it's gotta be Bumblebee from the hit movie Transformers.
I like that answer, Duff. Thank you so much for guest appearing on the pod. We will talk to you later, man.
Later. They forgot to give me a straw. Later.
I don't know if that's the best or the worst intro we've ever done.
No, I love Duff's Costco food review. And if you love Duff's Costco food review and you love wrestling, you're at the right place. Welcome to Pod-A-Mania. Again, we just run the intro again.
We just ran the...
No. We're going to cover AEW now. We are covering Cena's final opponent tournament.
Dude, him versus Bumblebee, I like it.
It is a bold prediction, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out. We did hear that anybody from any promotion, some people that don't even work there could be in this tournament. So it is very possible that an unsigned...
What if it was Kenny Omega? It's not going to be, but what if it was some crazy out of left field? What if it's like MJF?
No, people are smoking crack and hitting the cope pipe. Not even just cope.
Can you? I'll send you the works cited picture. That's what people are doing. That's their works cited right now.
It's a cope pipe. And it's not that they're coping about how they can salvage this run. They genuinely think after filming Percy Jackson, Adam Copeland wants to get into the ring with Peacemaker.
They're in 5th period social studies. They're like, I got to get to the bathroom to hit my pen, to hit my cope pen, because I'm coping so hard right now. Dude, it's not going to be Cope, man.
I have 2...
Joe Hendry's going to be in the tournament, by the way. That's why they're saying that.
If we are going to do...
I want to just get it out of the way.
Our predictions.
We're already here.
We're already here. Join us.
Sit down. Get a coffee. Maybe a matcha. Dude, they're doing $3 matcha in Fullerton.
Be performative.
I love
Or don't.
I love matcha. I'm so performative. It sucks.
I do have a tote
I like matcha before it was performative to do matcha.
I got a tote bag, and now I'm performative matcha man. But
Matcha man Randy Savage. Ooh, it tastes like grass, brother.
That's my Halloween costume next year. Oh my god. That's so genius.
Ooh, brother. Vote Zoran, brother. I gotta get my matcha in my tote bag.
you for 3 minutes, Zoran. You gotta turn the power on.
Zoran. Ooh, Zoran. Make New York affordable. Imagine Randy Savage
Democratic
with
so-
his
Democratic-
bandana on
You-
and a toe bag and matcha, dude.
You've made Macho Man. You've made Macho Man.
Matcha Man Randy Savage.
You've made Macho Man a democratic socialist, making him Matcha Man
Yep.
Randy Savage because he's a performative male.
Yep.
Oh, that's
your Halloween costume next year. You're welcome.
amazing. Okay, my 2 bold predictions. Back to the topic at hand. My 2 bold predictions for John Cena's retirement opponent. It is realistically why they threw that in there, and I do think his last opponent is not going to be a WWE opponent. I think to do something special in that last match, if it's not going to be in his hometown, they are going to do something interesting, hopefully. And my interesting hope is that it's Joe Hendry. I think that is a good final match for John
Sorry,
Cena.
I really thought he was going to break down the door right now. I just got scared.
But realistically, somebody who's not there and putting that much emphasis on that, I think it's Chris Jericho. I think that's who they're alluding to. I think Joe Hendry is the curveball that they throw and say, "Oh, this is the one that we're giving you."
So it's a tournament, you said, right?
Yes.
So how many matches? Is it
Until
1, 2, 3,
I think
4? Is it?
The bracket hasn't because they're doing it lottery style. They're spinning the ball, the tumbler ball.
Because what I'm wondering is, are they going to do a bracket in the sense of 4 matches? So 4 matches to 1 match to John Cena, right? Because that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then John Cena.
I think so. Yeah.
I think Joe Hendry will be in it because of his whole storyline of saying I want to face John Cena really bad. I think those are the 2 curveballs, but I really think it's going to be Dominic Mysterio. I think that's a really good passing of the torch moment. I saw your favorite wrestler in the world, Grayson Waller, was talking with Chris Van Vliet about it's better for these legends if we take the torch rather than you pass it to me. Let me get good enough to where I just take it from you and you don't need to pass it. And I think Dom's there. I think Dom is at the point where the torch can be passed, but he's already has the torch. So why not just put Cena in the ground, have him face the lights, and that is what just shoots Dom to...
I think Cena's losing no matter what.
No, duh. That's just who John Cena is.
I think Dom is going to be one of Cena's final opponents. I don't think it's going to be his final opponent.
I hope he's the final opponent.
I think he's going to be one of the Raws beforehand. That idea of who that last opponent's going to be, and maybe they do have that curveball there with like a Matt Cardona. He is technically an independent, or he has represented TNA. Like he has a chance to pop up in this tournament, and so many interesting things could happen, and I put out my 2, like my hopeful hat and my realistic hat.
So my realistic hat is out now, and I think my hopeful hat I'll throw at Adam Copeland, just because, like, it's the childhood, right? Like we saw a lot of Edge and Cena growing up.
Yeah.
like I remember more of Edge and Cena than I ever could Jericho and Cena, and that's why I think I'm against I get where you're coming from. It's what they're alluding to. I think Jericho is gonna have a last run in WWE, but I think that you don't want to say John Cena's last match was Chris Jericho.
You don't think that overlaps? You don't think the John Cena retirement tour goes into like Y2J's? I don't even know if he would necessarily have a retirement tour. I think he's in a weird space where I think like a Rey Mysterio is too. Where
when is the right time to go, and how do you go? Well, the right time to go was 6 years ago for Chris Jericho. Let's be honest here.
I agree.
But
well, I disagree. I'm going to pull that back because I did like I liked those matches with Kenny Omega.
Okay, 6 years is a little too far. Maybe like
actually
3.
Yeah, it's like 6 years, 4 years, like 4 or 5 years ago.
I like a little bit of what he did in AEW.
Yes,
but once we got to your favorite gimmick ever,
the learning tree.
The learning tree. Okay, we have to talk about the learning tree a little bit. It was fun. I feel the same about learning tree as the same way I feel about El Grande Americano, where it sucked and it was stupid, but God, there were some really funny moments.
It was a very WWE creative direction in AEW, and it just doesn't. It's.
I just remember sending you the TikToks.
I remember, and them making me mad.
But it made me laugh so hard.
I think when I do see the point of like Chris Jericho doesn't logically fit compared to like a Copeland. I don't want to bring that to the when should legends retire? Should they have a retirement tour? You've brought it up with like a Randy Orton. Does he necessarily need a send off tour or like?
Well, there's just some people who want it and need. There's a difference between wanting it and needing it. I think Chris Jericho's going to want it, but I don't think he needs it.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, I think John Cena needs it because of who he is and what his character has always been and who he's been for the business.
Oh yeah, well, they got to make it iconic. I think when you go out, especially somebody who is as humble and picking that company, I represent WWE. I'm not going to go anywhere else to do this.
Like he's not going to pick up house shows, bro. He's done.
Yeah,
presumably.
I think this was the way a Cena goes out, especially somebody who's been signed to WWE for 20, 25 years. This is somebody who I'm putting my jersey up on the rafters myself. I don't necessarily need to get the approval from somebody else. I think when we consider like a Rey Mysterio or like a Randy Orton, they benefit from like a I quit career, like put career on the line kind of thing.
Well, I've already booked it in my head that Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio are gonna have a career versus hair match.
And we've had that idea for the last 3 years.
But it's eventually gonna happen. Like it's gonna be a career. It's gonna be a career match for Rey, and it's gonna be a title match for Dom, or it's gonna be whatever stipulation you want to put on Dom.
And it's very possible that they bring that up soon because of Rey Mysterio coming back from injury.
And
the just how much AAA
and the way that they had them have their little conversation on WWE the other night. But also we've talked about it. I can pen in a Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio match any day of the week because it's always entertaining. It's always good. It's almost like they're family and they know how to work together or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, that
too bad his dad's Eddie.
That fake hatred Dominic is so good at what he does.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
He's great at acting like he hates his dad, and it's awesome. But yeah, I think realistic answer is Dom for me. The Cope answer is Adam Copeland.
You're actually smoking the Cope pipe.
If you get to fucking say Chris Jericho, that's crack. That's crack. I'm smoking the Cope. You're smoking methamphetamine. When you say Chris, you think they're going to have his last match ever in WWE be 60-year-old Chris Jericho. You think that's the fucking case?
He's not that old.
I want you at home in the comments right now to say who is smoking more crack. The one who's saying Adam Copeland or the one who's saying Chris Jericho.
54 years old, unsigned, not going to breach a contract. It's more realistic crack.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
More, it's
If they choose Chris Jericho,
it's over the counter crack.
I will do terrible things to myself if they pick Chris Jericho.
Well,
The jump shot is Chris Jericho.
I mean, in other news, with him fleeing the ship and leaving AEW cancer-free, I think we should talk about their very successful storylines in the Don Callis family and beyond.
I love the Don Callis family, man. They get the game.
Trauma bonds, literally. The bald man holds it together way better than the balding walrus ever could with the vision. You know, we give guff to Heyman that there, or to Callis, that there's bloat in this family.
There's a lot of bloat.
But I don't hate it.
You've switched sides. You used to hate. You were like, we need to cut this family in half. Where you asked for David Otunga to do a divorce.
I think because they're civilly splitting it themselves. I think they're working together, and they said Dad's gonna sleep in the living room for a couple weeks. You know, Takeshita and Okada aren't sleeping in the same bed anymore, and you know they're okay with that. Rocky Romero, Wardlow, they're all getting fed.
But they're not doing the same bathroom anymore. Like Dad's toothbrush is in the kids' bathroom.
2 cups.
Really weird.
It's a really weird situation, but they still love each other.
Do they though?
They're tag teaming. They defeated not the Acclaimed.
They're not the Acclaimed.
They defeated the best wrestler alive, and
you think you could survive 5
with the best wrestler alive? Well, yeah.
All right.
I don't think I could survive. I don't think he could survive 5 with the greatest on the mic alive. He may be the best wrestler alive. I'm a rapper podcaster.
Tell me in the comments if you miss El Eduardo, man.
I'm a rapper.
I miss that guy. How's he doing? You hit him up recently?
I don't know. He doesn't have a phone plan.
He's just. How did we get him on the show?
He visits.
I miss him.
Works in an orphanage. Same, he got a plug. El Generico hooked him
They're
up.
boys.
Yeah. But as the Don Callis family stays,
social worker. This is my caseworker dog. I'm fucked.
But as the family holds on, as they work with their caseworker, El Eduardo, Don Callis wants to expand the family. I think
it's crazy. He wants to make the family bigger.
He wants
Let's have more kids.
It's like cheaper.
That'll save our marriage.
It's cheaper by the dozen.
The more kids I have, the less chores I have to do.
They raise each other.
So what's easier, 2 kids or 12 kids? 12 kids because they raise each other.
That's when everybody's getting injured. Wardlow's off getting surgery still, and that just leaves Rocky.
I haven't heard that name in a week.
It's a rough situation where some of these.
Does it get to the point where I forget Wardlow was in the Don Callis family? Do you think it's gonna get there? Because I think it'll get there.
I mean,
it was already almost there.
If we're bringing in the ex-EVPs to bring them Cody-esque pyro, and they're surprised after weeks of no pyro and their bank account balance being on the TV screen, the bald man hooked them up. The check didn't bounce.
Was it off camera or was it on the pod that I told you they're gonna join the Don Callis family?
I believe that was on camera on podcast.
Because I remember I was telling you, and you're like, no, it's not good. I told you, dude. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense.
I think understanding that this is they are tackling more of a Kenny Omega angle and his history with Kenny Omega and that backstabber and whatnot, and trying to I think when I thought of the Don Callis family, there wasn't a lot of money involved in that.
There's so much money in
it was It was meat over money.
But have you seen the fits, bro? Have you seen Kyle Fletcher's fits? You seen his coat?
He is. Yes, I do see that.
You think that's free? And who you think paid for that?
Who paid for this mink? Yeah,
Don Callis paid for the mink.
Okay? So in your world, Don Callis is like a sugar daddy to.
No, he's the head of the family. He's the head of the table.
He's the provider.
He's the provider. They didn't have pyro. They didn't have money. They joined the Don Callis family. They all of a sudden have pyro. Their bank account balance all of a sudden isn't showing on the screen.
Kyle Fletcher had hair. Didn't have hair under Don Callis.
Well, that was a choice. He kind of cut his hair. He cut his hair and then screamed at the camera a couple times.
I'm nothing like you. Yes,
That's a choice.
I saw the promo.
That's a choice.
But
it's a choice.
We've covered on the show before that being around bald, you are bald associated.
And he decided. Okay, first of all, Kyle Fletcher's hair looked stupid as fuck. This is a way better look. First of all. And if you don't agree with me, wrong.
Oh, Ace Austin over here with that hair, his dumbass haircut.
Dude, his haircut was so bad.
Still is.
No, this is like, it's so much better than the whatever he had on his head. First of all, second of all, he had the clippers in his hand. He chose to join the Don Callis family. He chose to say, "I'm nothing like you," and spit into the camera. I got a little bit on my cheek when he did that.
You liked it?
Only a little bit. No, I wasn't there yet with him. It was a little too early in the relationship. It made me feel a little uncomfortable. But he came around.
But he tested your boundaries, and you kind of liked him.
I was like, whoa.
Ooh.
I didn't know you had this side to you. I'm a big fan. But yeah, no, I really thought they needed thinning out, but it seemed that adding more made me like the Don Callis. It's crazy. You think you don't need more Don Callis family members, and then you get more, and you're like, wait, I kind of like that.
The Scrub Daddy effect.
Yep, 100%.
Where I didn't buy into the Scrub Daddy until Scrub Daddy had a family of his own.
That's Scrub Mommy.
Scrub Papa.
Are there any women in the Don Callis family?
Not yet.
That's... Guys...
And maybe for the better.
No. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No, you're right.
The guy who looks like Andrew Tate.
No. No.
Don Callis is going to get on the mic. No. He's going to go, "You broad, you are not as strong as any of these men. These men, you see this man?" Wardlow.
All right, Don Callis is fucking hilarious.
Wardlow
Red pill Don Callis.
Wardlow cross-eyed barking at the post office man, like the mailman. Like,
if they were to add a woman to the Don Callis family, who would it be?
Marina Schaefer.
I don't want a description. I just want you to say a name and leave it.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Do you have a...
Nope. Just wanted to ask you.
Make me answer.
I don't have one.
Thekla.
Because you're right. No, because you're right. There's no woman in AEW that fits the Don Callis family.
I feel like
Riho.
Honestly?
It's crazy because that's my default answer, but it would fit.
Because for a woman in the Don Callis family, it's the same way that Don Callis has this fetishization of Mexicans.
Well, he has some Japanese people in there as well, and Kyle Fletcher exists.
So I think what I'm trying to say is I believe Don Callis likes his women exotic.
Yeah, no, I think Riho would fit.
A Thekla, a Riho, maybe even just a Lana as just an associate.
Yeah, no, I'm in with everyone you said so far.
The accountant.
Yeah, no.
File the paperwork, you bitch.
It's just so funny because I'm imagining the way Don Callis talks about like Kyle Fletcher's opponents, and I just imagine him doing that for Riho. It's just Riho standing there like this, just with a little smile on her face, and Don Callis behind her like, "Riho's gonna kill this broad."
Having an alt-right heel manager as the most like babyface. It's the Shohei Ohtani gimmick.
Yes, 100%. where it's just like everyone loves you and you went to the evil powers of the Don Callis family.
The Doyer Callis family.
The Los Angeles, the Los Callis family.
Fire.
Fire.
Meanwhile, they are
At the Pat
handling
Cave.
at the Callis Cave, because we're still talking.
Meanwhile, in Meg Griffin's bra. Sorry, that's a bit from the Discord that we've been running a lot recently. It's so good. It's so
No, you're
funny.
still on your Don Callis alt-right bit.
Yeah.
But Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe, 6. No DQ edition. Oops.
Can this be the one? Can Mark Briscoe finally get a win? Can Kyle Fletcher finally drop this belt and go for the world title and have an actual chance?
Hopefully, I'm going to hopefully say this out loud and manifest this, that this is when
You're becoming performative.
Fletcher is going to drop his belt here. I know I keep flip-flopping between I am out of all the possible dream options, I do not want to double champ Fletcher. But I do not think he is going into 2026 as TNT champion.
I couldn't agree more, but I'm having a dilemma where like my manager's calling me right now and he's like, you have to stay on brand. You have to pick Kyle Fletcher. You've never not picked Kyle Fletcher. You have to stay on brand. And I think I agree with you that this is the one that he drops it to Briscoe.
Yeah.
But also, if he did keep it, would you be shocked? Would you would your jaw be on the floor if Mark Briscoe lost again to Kyle Fletcher? Like, no. I could totally see them double champing him. Like you said, that may be your least favorite option, but if it happened, I don't think you'd be mad either. That's the thing about Kyle Fletcher. I think no matter what they do with him right now, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because he's in such a good spot. But I think my manager's going to be mad at me right now. I think I'm going off brand. I think
Briscoe?
I'm going to join the Briscoe train. I think we're going to throw something on the barbecue.
The Briscoe barbecue, dude, fall off the bone. Make that man on TikTok proud.
Throw the glasses at the what's the tenderism?
The thing is I love that Briscoe is getting one more opportunity at this like upper card championship, and I've already brought up on this show like what they could do with Briscoe if they genuinely feel like
they strap him up.
If Fletcher needs this win so bad, if he needs,
He doesn't though.
he doesn't. But if they want to wait until World's End or make him a double champion and just cuck Briscoe, I've told you that they could possibly have Redneck Kung Fu take down Okada.
I don't think it doesn't. I think it's here. I think it's here now. I think it's here now.
The thing is they are bringing in. They've announced another championship.
Oh, brother, another ship.
So
A fourth ship has hit AEW.
Actually, I don't get it. I don't know why.
Because we need more matches to matter.
I don't know why. Like something like this is being introduced when you have is that just Okada's belt? Now like you're making belt. It's the same issue that I think people tried to fix for the Samoans in WWE, where they were like, just give them their own belt.
Just give them the Ulafala.
That's different.
The Ulafala was literally the Samoan belt.
It's that's the Samoan belt. But I disagree with the idea of like, oh, he didn't break the glass ceiling in this division. Let's build a new building. Let's build a shorter building.
I don't think it's that. I think it's that they have so much talent, and I think wrestling fans are some of the worst fans in the world, and every match has to matter and have a stipulation and have a belt or a gimmick tied to it. And I think that AEW sees that and understands that and goes, Let's just make another belt.
There is more spectacle, true, but the conversation becomes when everybody has a belt, which belt matters, and
The big beautiful belt.
the world championship, and that's the easy answer. I just worry. I worry that double champ whatever is the option when it comes to like any of these mid-card divisions. How do you jump from one belt to another? And I like, you're opening up that mid-card to hold multiple championships, and I think that's something that like a WCW or if you look back and you have like the Cruiserweight Championship and these other championships for the mid-card to go off of and like storylines to care about. I think it's the same bandage, I believe, that AEW does, where everybody has a gang, everybody has a friend, where if everybody has somebody to help them or defend them, nobody's alone, and
Unless you're a cowboy.
Unless you're a cowboy or a drifter. It's this weird, like...
I think what it is they're trying to just create as much separation between them and WWE as possible.
Yeah.
As well. Where WWE has really steadfast.
I don't like the names either. The division. Okay, if you want to split up your mid.
Yeah, let's not name it after the brand of the show is on.
Well, TNT, TBS, who cares?
Can I be dead ass honest? Those are the two worst belt names in wrestling. TNT title.
Yeah.
No.
But this is the national championship, and I think when you have a division that also has the unified title, like the unified title, the TNT title, the Continental title, I believe.
Yes.
I believe that still exists.
Well, isn't that the one that is in the unified one? Isn't the unified one?
Shit. Am I okay? So am I? Okay.
They're just making a new Continental because they made the unified.
Yeah, they okay.
They're replacing the belt they combined.
So it's not okay. It's not as stupid.
It's the same amount of belt. It's just more. I don't think they don't want to split the belt Okada has. They combined the Okada belts, and now they're like, wait, we're missing a belt.
Yeah, they are. That might have been what they thought. I still think it's dumb. I think it's dumb because why now is Okada holding this and he's going to hold this forever?
He'll lose it because I think that replaces. You know what I mean? That replaces the.
Yeah.
I think
that has the lineage of the Continental Classic involved and all of that.
Yes.
And
I just don't like that they. I just hate that they unified the Continental because the whole Continental Classic is the gimmick of the belt.
Yeah, especially after that.
So now is the winner of the Continental Classic going to get the unified belt?
They earn a shot at the unified belt.
Actually, I don't hate that then. Then I don't hate it. I'm fine.
Well, that's how I think Briscoe's going to take out Okada.
But if he doesn't beat Fletcher.
Yes. But with the national championship, it almost seemed...
God, dude, I hate that. It just makes me think of college basketball. No, you're right. That's a stupid fucking name. The national championship is literally college sports. That's what they call the college sports championships. Everybody who wins a baseball title, a football title, a basketball, it's the national championship. You're right. That's stupid. That's a stupid name. But I disagree. I think you even disagree with what you started with, that it's stupid they added the belt. I think it's fine they added the belt.
We got to a better solution. I think it's the point that I was going to make when I realized that the Continental stuff, they all kind of feel like the same belt. If it's all the mid-card division, sure, let it be different. Yeah. And I don't know. Is this more of a heavyweight belt? I don't know. Like I like the unknown. because you don't want to niche yourself. You don't want to pocket yourself too early into the championship. I understand that.
Well, like the big thing with WWE is they don't need 2 world title belts, but they have 2 world title belts. I kind of like that.
One.
But I'm saying they have the World Heavyweight Championship and the Unified WWE Championship.
For AEW, you mean you saying
I like that they have
you like
one.
the one.
This is our main one. We only have 1 World Championship, and then the rest are our. I'm not even gonna call them mid-card championships because I don't think that they're gonna have a clear, distinguished tier list of belt. It depends who holds it. It depends how good the storyline is. If MJF grabs that title, it instantly becomes the tier 2 belt.
Yeah.
And if he loses it to somebody who we don't see as that great, I don't want to throw a name out there because I don't want to be an asshole.
The current names right now, I will let you know. For the national championship, it is
Auburn. Sorry. This is gonna be hard for me.
Shelton Benjamin, Hurt University. Bobby Lashley,
Hurt
University. Ricochet, Bald Academy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are the only 3 as of this point, and it kind of feels like they didn't know.
Kyle Fletcher, Don Callis family.
Kyle Fletcher, Wales.
Kyle Fletcher, Don Callis family.
Gryffindor.
I'm trying to think of more. Fat University.
Samoa Joe, Fat Meat University. Meat University.
Samoa, don't say Fat Meat University. That's crazy.
What?
You just said
happened?
Samoa Joe had fat meat.
He pertains to Fat Meat University. I believe he is a part of the Fat Meat sorority.
I forgot
sorority fraternity.
What's his group name again? My brain is on a blank.
The Ops.
Yeah, Samoa Joe, the Ops. Dude, that's actually fun to do. I'm trying to think of like everybody's group and stuff. That's fun.
But in my opinion, it feels like right now, as I see these players who've currently placed themselves in the match, it feels like this storyline that they had with these 2 teams going up against each other kind of reached a fizzle out point, and now they're doing singles competition, but as like a big group orgy thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I get it.
It's a selfish orgy that they're about to have.
Yeah.
In this gauntlet royale at Full Gear, and I
don't think any of the people you named are gonna win either.
I don't think so either. That's why I do agree with the name and that kind of stuff. I think it's going to depend on who holds it and how long and how it's defended. I was quick to judge. It's a stupid name. Stop watching March Madness, Tony.
Dude,
I know you have the Warner Brothers and TBS connection. I just,
Stop.
It doesn't have to be the national championship.
It could have been like named anything else. Like even if you wanted to keep like the country thing going, like the name of a place in the world thing going. How you have the Continental, you have like you could have kept doing that.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to do national. You chose like the worst word.
I think I made the joke that the next like Tony Khan announcement was gonna be an all women's pay-per-view, but the fact that it like genuinely announcement for Dynamite. I have a special announcement. It's a new title. It's funny. It's corny. We can call it at this point.
We can call it what it is.
I don't like doing 2 things at once. Doing the women's tag tournament. Like, you haven't even finished that yet. Introduce one belt first.
Yeah,
and I know that that's going to be done by Full Gear, and like probably the other tournament's going to be done by Full Gear too, or what that's going to be crowned at Full Gear. And you're stacking the card with how many championships need to be crowned at that pay-per-view.
Think about how many championship matches they're going to have. Mercedes Moné in a TBS championship match.
I don't even care about the pre-existing championship.
Let me do this. They're gonna have the TBS championship. They're gonna have the women's main championship. They're gonna have the women's tag team championship. They're gonna have the men's.
No,
tag
they're
team.
not. That's the thing, and I think that's the reason we're doing it. You're doing double duty with the TBS and the women's championship because Mercedes is facing Chris.
Okay, so you're doing TBS and women's at once, right?
Yeah.
You're doing the women's tag team championships. You're doing the men's tag team championship. You're doing the Triple B. You're doing the unified. You're doing the TNT, and you're doing now the national. That is 7 titles per pay-per-view almost that you feel at big pay-per-views. All 7 of those have to be defended.
Yeah. If and
in imagination land. Like, of course, there's times where you don't, but I'm saying at an all-in, at an all-out, at a full gear, at a big pay-per-view, you want all of your titles defended,
or at least just regularly defend them. And I think that's. We say that that's the bandage issue or the like they just put a Band-Aid on, give everybody like this participation trophy, whatever. Like I said, but I think WWE runs into that issue where they're not necessarily balancing all of the titles they have. They don't necessarily need more titles because they don't know how to book the titles they have. And I worry that that's the case.
It's becoming the case where
I worry that a new title it's like, oh, I could just make a new one and we can extend this feud for six more weeks or 8 more weeks. You know, I
don't think that's what it is. I think it's just adding the title that was lost when you unified them.
And I definitely think that this will probably be like this gumbo slop pot of like feuds combining in this gauntlet match.
But isn't that what any multi-man tournament style matches is? You get all these storylines like that are going and you keep.
But think about where we were with like the hope that the Hurt Syndicate had for the trios belts and the
Ops can't drop those.
The Ricochet
maybe they should have. Man, dude, I really don't want the Ops to drop the trios belts. We should make another trios belt. That's what you're scared of.
I just
like in that, like I'm saying, like in the sense of this singles title, but I don't think it's that. I think that there were 2 belts, and Okada won both of them.
Yeah,
and then they put them in the one, and there was a void in the belt category in their head, where there was because before they were unified, you didn't care about the number of belts. It's the fact that they're adding one, and it's the fact that they made it a huge announcement.
Yeah,
if they didn't make it a big announcement, I don't think you would feel this way.
Yeah, and my issue, like I said, finish one thing up at a time. And I think when we consider like the women's tag tournament, who has the Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron advancing over an Athena and Mercedes Moné.
Good, Mercedes didn't need another belt.
No, but seeing these fun teams go through the Sisters of Sin advance, and then Willow and Harley. I do still think I firmly am planted on the Mina and Tony win there.
Oh no, they are 100%. It's just you know why I'm sad.
But I think in the same breath that I say don't do 2 things at once, they've perfectly booked the fact that Blood and Guts is also happening at the same time as this tag team tournament, and blending that storyline into like a recurring, like how you blend a rivalry into, or a feud into, a War Games match or Elimination Chamber match. The women's Blood and Guts match for next week has the Triangle of Madness, Thekla, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, teaming up with Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir, and Mercedes Moné, taking on Jamie Hayter, Queen Aminata, which I heard that she's injured. I'm not sure if she got pulled from the match. Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, Timeless Tony Storm, and Chris Statlander.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, if Queen Aminata's injured, we can put Riho in there.
It's very possible. I don't disagree.
The fans are gonna get annoyed with how much I like Riho, but she's just so good. I'm really interested by this match. This pay-per-view.
This is your first Blood and Guts. Obviously, you have experience with War Games as a concept. But AEW, as we've already found out through the Darby Allin and the Death Riders.
Is anybody going to drown this time?
I don't know.
That's the crazy part, dude. It's just like, I hear the word blood and guts, and as someone who's like watched WWE for the first 20 years of their life, you're just like, oh, it's just a name of a match, right? It's not gonna be like, no, blood and guts could literally.
Yeah.
Darby Allin's not in the match, so I don't think there'll be guts, but there's for sure gonna be blood.
Well, I mean, it's any pain that they go through in this match is nothing compared to the suffering and pain that women go through every day. So I think these women are brave for stepping in this.
And that's why I'm going to go with the face team.
2-ring.
I think the face team's going to win.
You believe Jamie Hayter, Willow Nightingale?
I don't want to say all the names, yeah. The team with all the faces on it is going to beat the team with all the heels on it. I feel like 90% of the time in these matches, the face team wins. This is a Borg answer. I hope you know that.
I want to say that's fine because I disagree. I think the triangle.
You think they're going to give Thekla a win at Blood and Guts?
I do.
I just hate her name. I'm sorry. It's time for me to come. It's time for me to say it. I think her name is stupid. And Sky Blue is also a dumb name. There's a lot of dumb names on that team.
I do believe after all this pushing for the Triangle of Madness, and if they're not gonna, I think I don't think they're gonna go all the way in the tag team tournament. So I think this is an easy upset victory to rile them up, win the Sisters of Sin, take on Willow and Harley beforehand, before they do that. I think that's the bracket. If not, whatever. They've been pushing the Triangle of Madness as this faction that needs to be feared, and I think you need this big win for a team that you've been trying to establish like that. And it's like giving. I think booking the faces to win is like Cena wins for the Nexus, losing in that team.
I don't think it's the same thing. The only reason I don't think it's the same thing is because of the style of match it is. You're talking about a 1v9.
Yeah.
This is
There are weapons. There are the people defending. Everybody's in the ring at once.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's a little different. I don't know. I think we're gonna sit down, have a bucket of popcorn, and enjoy this match no matter who wins. I don't think that I just feel that
it'll give you a real taste to expect, if we go to a GCW show this next month. Mm-hmm. They're in LA. Do we want to? I did have this thought earlier today. We showed our girlfriends we brought our girlfriends to deathmatch wrestling. Dude,
oh my god! I think Tree would just be so confused.
Why are they doing that?
Why? Oh my god! Why is he putting barbed wire on his ass? Why is he scraping that other man's ass with barbed wire?
There's pizza cutters and light tubes.
So you're telling me this guy got a tube, so this guy got a lighter and some Febreze, sprayed the guy's face, and then pissed on it? That's crazy.
That's what they do at GCW.
That is what they do over at GCW. I just think the team with Jamie Hayter.
Yeah. The face team.
I just think the face team will win. I don't know.
I think another thing to support.
It's literally a coin toss because I'm not going to say it doesn't matter who wins, but there's no story. They're going to progress some stories.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some cool stuff that happens, but I think overall in the grand scheme, the winner of this match isn't remembered. They're not going to show video packages in 2 months about, oh, we won this match. This is so big for us. You know what I mean? I just don't think in a match like this they do that. I think this goes to the face because I have some heels later on winning matches. This is a later on play for me.
In my play, that's the thing, is I think the faces are winning that match. My thought, too, to support my answer for the blood and guts, the men's blood and guts.
We'll see.
But my thought process is also Jamie Hayter got the one-on-one victory over Thekla at the pay-per-view. So you give Thekla and her team the victory on the weekly show and this like special event show. So they have a win under their belt. They're not just taking
That makes sense. No,
loss.
I see what you're saying. I just
establish the team rather than the independent, rather than the individual star.
Yeah, you're instead of putting over Thekla, the individual superstar, you put over the team.
Yeah, I think you are seeing the names on the faces on the face team, and you're like, well, I mean,
how do you give them a loss?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Like that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I'm looking at it. And it's hard. I see what you're saying, but I also it's hard for me to look at that team and go, especially if Queen Amanat is not doing the match and they pull in somebody last minute and they make it like a surprise entrance thing.
You don't want to root against Riho either.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, even if it's not Riho, say it's like somebody who comes back or somebody out of nowhere, like, like they do like a whole like, somebody does a monologue and then they go, and this is why we picked, and then music hits. It's like, it's hard for a music hit comeback to feel like a loss. Yeah. Unless they announce it before. If they announce who it is before, I'm probably with you. But if it's a surprise, then I'm not with you. That's the hard part. Yeah. But I think for the prediction itself, I'm going to go with the face team.
How about, you said this affects your prediction later on. I believe you were talking about the men's blood and guts match, despite your look on your face when I referenced that as mine. I in this blood and guts match for the men, we have the Death Riders: Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia, taking on Darby Allin, Roderick Strong, and the conglomeration consisting of Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly.
I don't see them having Moxley lose again.
Yeah. Oh.
That's why I picked the faces for the women's match. I don't think they have Moxley take another loss here. I think the Death Riders are in a spot where, not that they need a win, but they're in a spot to get a win in a match like this. You just had Jon Moxley quit against Darby Allin.
Yeah.
You're going to have Mark Briscoe going into a match against Kyle Fletcher, coming off of a loss. That, like, you know what I mean? That helps our prediction here. If he's coming off a TNT title win,
I want to cook a little here. The TNT title win isn't happening until Full Gear.
But I'm saying you have him coming off a loss into that, so it's like, oh man, we didn't get the win there, but I can do it here for you, for all of us.
I didn't necessarily have an explanation as to why the faces should win, but I think this is the perfect time for the Death Riders to lose as a group. I think we've been focused for the last couple weeks as Mox as an individual. His confidence. Does he have it in the ring still? Can he keep up with his fellow opponents? And I think this is the test of Mox compared to his other Death Rider members in strength, in numbers. Like, does he give up first? Does Claudio can Claudio whip him into some shape and get
everything you're saying about why they're going to lose is why I think they're going to win. It's like, I think that's what keeps them together. I don't think they're going to break up the Death Riders. You have them lose here. That
break up the Death Riders.
But I think that leads to a breakup, because the whole point of Death Riders is we are so strong together. No one's better than like we fuck people up. We're the Death Riders and we kill people.
So Mox dips in self-confidence for nothing just to get it back.
No, I think immediately. I think they pull a victory despite him not having it, and it puts him like. Then the next week he's like, I didn't help you guys at all. You guys don't even like need me. Like, why am I here? You guys don't need me.
Yeah.
And like them having to be like, no, like you're still our leader. You're the reason we're together. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where you can go with that, where it's like he doesn't have it. Because like you said, it's a full team match, right? So maybe he's just getting his shit kicked in the whole night, and Claudio's throwing Darby Allin instead of into the announce table up the ramp this time. He's going to land straight. He's going to throw him straight onto the ramp, right? Like, everybody in the Death Riders is kicking ass except for Moxley, and they still win despite him not being good, that further progresses this Moxley confidence story because everyone around him is fine without him.
Yeah.
And he would hate that. Mox's character would hate that that Pac's fine without needing Mox to save him. That, hey, we brought Daniel Garcia in and wait, whoa, he's kicking. Whoa, he doesn't. Maybe we need him. He doesn't.
Yeah, well,
I thought he needed us.
Yeah, coming from Mox, who's been in that corner barking at Garcia, it's compelling. It's interesting.
I think we both have very good reasoning for where we're at, and I think that's what's fun about AEW is neither of us are saying and be like, dude, you sound dumb as shit right now. Like, no, you're right. If they go out there and lose, it looks so much worse on Moxley, and it puts him deeper in a hole. But also, if they win despite him being bad, it still puts him in a hole.
Yeah. And I think that's where
the Death Riders is going.
Well, Death Riders, or even I want to bring the up the Samoan dynasty and how that family got, or how that storyline got super repetitive.
Yeah.
I think if you did something like that with the Roman character, that would have,
that would have been sick.
I feel like you can,
because Roman still hasn't apologized.
He hasn't apologized. I feel like you can very easily do that with the Solo character.
Yeah.
Well,
you kind of did do that with the Solo character. In a sense, they tried to, where it's like, oh, you were
Jacob
the
Fatu's
tribal chief, and then Roman beat you, and then Jacob left you, and you just have to keep pulling in more Samoans because you're not good enough on your own. That's kind of what they're doing. But
and Zilla Fatu still didn't get the call.
Isn't it crazy? They called Tall Tonga instead of Zilla Fatu, man.
Didn't they release a Samoan out of NXT recently?
Yeah, they
too?
did. Honestly,
that's crazy.
I saw that and I just went, damn. That was the most shocking release WWE's had in a while.
Yeah,
I didn't think they would ever let a Samoan go.
They do. I thought.
I didn't know they had
the Fatu name had job security.
I really thought that having a Pacific Islander name really secured you at least 2 extra years in the company.
Being AAPI.
Like for real, but honestly, that's what's so cool about Mox losing to Darby Allin, and like you said, they could have done that to the Roman character, but also wrestling, I have no faith in wrestling sometimes, and if they did just have Mox bounce back and win as the Death Riders, would you be shocked? It's Mox. If Mox goes, I think I got my swagger back.
That's my.
And then instead of drowning Darby Allin, he breaks the whole glass fish tank over his head.
I mean, it's possible. It's like I've said in the past. Mox has a tendency of overbooking and Hogan booking himself, and I think if you consider the idea of him taking this I'm going to ride shotgun, or I'm going to ride in the back, and I'm going to let Claudio drive for a second.
That'd be sick.
I'm going to watch how somebody else has mojo, and I it's a bigger feud, because I think also at this point, and it's something that has swayed me away from this on Twitter, is while we've brought up Claudio Stalinoli, he doesn't necessarily have a reason to obtain that part yet. And I think
Pac does.
He just came back.
That's what it is. That's what I'm saying. He found his, while he was gone, he found it. He cut his hair. He looks ripped as shit. And he's the one kicking ass in the Death Riders. And Mox goes, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Pac, when did Pac have this? He didn't have this when he was with us, when he was here before. Where did this come from? And that's the cool thing about having this Hogan-esque, I don't want to say Hogan-esque. He's not that much of a douche. This winning character, this guy that never really loses, has always had his mojo about him. He kicks ass, finally lose himself. You can do so much, especially being in a group like he's in.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that match. So I think it's cool that it is the Death Riders versus Friends for Eternity, Loyalty, and Honesty.
It's
it's literally the power of friendship versus the Death Riders,
which it has been for a minute.
Which is what it always will be. That's who they are.
As long as the Death Riders exist, they are perfect heels, and there are
Especially when they like commit murder and they do
crimes.
They do. I'm telling you, man. The crime rate went down this week. There wasn't that many crimes.
Hey, that's.
But we do have. I think they were toning down on the crimes because of how many crimes are going to happen on Blood and Guts.
It's an election cycle too.
Yeah, true.
It was an election week.
It was an election week. They wanted to tone down the crime.
Yeah, crime wasn't reported as much.
Yeah, because there was so much reporting on all 4 of the wins for the left.
Speaking of losses for the left, WWE time.
Thanks for watching, AEW fans. I love you so much, and I hope you're doing good.
Leave a comment who you think John Cena's last opponent's going to be, because that's really the only big storyline.
It's the only thing that matters in WWE.
I will say congratulations to new women's SmackDown Women's Champion Jade Cargill, ending the
first Jamaican world champion.
Actually?
Yes.
Wow.
The only reason I know that is because that was tweeted, and then Kofi tweeted, "Well, actually, ... which was great work, Kofi. But yeah, first Jamaican born, or like Jamaican ethnic.
Good.
Champion. Good for her. I think it was time.
Yeah.
I think when she was in this weird anti-hero face area, I thought she was too green because it didn't make sense for her character. She hadn't developed her character at all, but her turning heel and her like realizing, oh, I'm a big, strong, bad bitch.
I definitely wanted to see where you were at, because you were on the side where she was too green. She wasn't necessarily ready for that championship.
I think the heel turn and like it feels like she really realized, not even as a character but as a person, like, oh, I'm this big, I'm a big, strong,
I'm that bitch,
bad,
yeah.
I'm that bitch.
Yeah.
And this character that she's been doing with the heel work, like this is what she needed for me to feel she was ready, and it happened, and she won, and it's exactly what it needed to be.
And that's interesting, because I think that's exactly, like, I think right now you are the casual WWE fan who doesn't watch anything other than WWE, and it's like, for the show, whatever,
in this scenario,
but I've had that feeling since she's been signed, since she's came in, and I'm like, why aren't they doing more with her? What the fuck is happening? Like they're doing squash matches on SmackDown, and I like looking back, you know, they did their thing right with her.
This is one of the few instances.
Tag titles.
I think this is one of the few instances where I can say they booked her really well. Like they did a good job of progressing her through the division a little bit before because I'm not a big fan of signing somebody and putting the belt on them. And I understand that's what you wanted, and I didn't hate you for it.
Well,
I was never like, you're stupid, you're wrong. It was always, it's not time. It's not time. We have to be patient.
And I think that's where I'm at. That's where I don't see myself for a Jordan Grace or a Blake Monroe world title run, where I know these guys are world champions, or like even like Joe Hendry kind of has a little bit of that like stain in my head, where like I know technically
he's a TNA world champion.
He could be placed in the world championship picture of WWE immediately.
It's not time though.
But I would like, just build your way. You got to build your way.
It made you realize that, oh, they're building these people.
I think I had a very chronically online point of view when it came to Jade Cargill. And I think for somebody who was sent directly to the main roster too.
She didn't have any NXT time.
She skipped NXT. Like that's the way to do it. Comparing it to somebody like a Stephanie Vaquer, who is also in that belt, which but they strapped the moon rocket on her back. Which is weird, because I think that title in her particular instance, she's kind of doing double time development, and but it's weird because I wasn't familiar with her. Like I felt that way in NXT when I saw her hold the I think she was double champ. I think she held both. Yeah, she held both.
Well, somebody got
belts
hurt
at the same time. But they were doing the right thing running her and Julia for the world title already in NXT. I was like, perfect, that's great. And then both of them went to the main roster, and I was like, you undercut that first developmental run, and it almost stagnated.
Well, it also wasn't Stephanie Vaquer's fault that the person she was supposed to be fighting for a belt got hurt in NXT. That was supposed to go longer.
But
but you get what I'm saying?
It stagnated this like Raw push.
Yeah.
Where like, okay, if you wanted her to work her way up through the division the same way that Joe Hendry is doing. Probably, I don't know. Whatever. I did say that he may be in the Johnson.
Well, then Jade Cargill did.
Jade Cargill. Like it's just that's what made me very frustrated with WWE and having this show weekly. I don't think we would have almost gotten to a year or like over half a year of pure WWE content.
No, there's no chance
because I don't like the way they write their stories. The stories are it
just takes a little too long.
It's too long. It almost feels as though.
But also, we got to the point where we look back and we go, you know what? I kind of get it. I get why. I think in this particular instance, I get why it took Jade Cargill so long. You wanted her right away, and she wasn't ready, man. And it's okay. And she got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, she was out for an extended period of time. What were they supposed to just throw the belt on her right when she got healthy again? You have to build that back up.
Yeah.
You have to build her back to the audience, right? And I think the thing with Stephanie Vaquer that you're seeing is you see Stephanie Vaquer getting the treatment you wanted Jade Cargill to get. But I think the difference is, and I'm about to get shit for what I'm gonna say. So let me finish this.
Yeah.
Like, Stephanie Vaquer got to NXT, won the North American Championship. Right? Is that what it is for the women as well?
Yeah, North American.
Right away, and then it felt like 2 weeks later she was already NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah.
And then she got to the main roster. It's like, oh, cool, she's here. Oh, she's the champion. And that's kind of what you wanted for Jade Cargill. Like you said, you had that chronic online. Like let's strap her, let's get her going.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what you wanted for Jade, but I think the difference is I think Stephanie Vaquer is just a better wrestler, and a better, and like, you know what I mean? Just like, I think she was more developed.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, but I'm saying she was a better wrestler, and I think she was more ready to have the title in her hands when she got to the main roster compared to Jade Cargill. Needed time in front of people. People needed to see her a little more, see her style, see who she became, because the heel turn meant so much more. The people loved Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. Like, that was people loved that. Yeah. And then they got to have their feud, and it's like you had to finish that feud with them before you could give her this title run and have her turn heel. So I just think I agree with you in the sense of like it was kind of insane to see how fast Stephanie Vaquer got it, but it's because she wasn't tied to any stories and she wasn't tied to this characteristic of being green. Whether you agreed with it or not, she did have that characteristic within the fan base, right? And I don't think Stephanie Vaquer had that, so that's why she just got the rocket strapped to her back.
I think, don't get me wrong either, I think NXT needs these like big names to support the divisions. And I think back to like a Samoa Joe and a Drew McIntyre and those people who went through, but like specifically like a Samoa Joe and Drew
like
McIntyre
guys who have these names in America,
in America, overseas, whatever, they went to, but they like, you knew them from TNA or whatever. TNA, Ring of Honor, sending them to the developmental brand of WWE, which is technically under where they are technically placed in the overall world ranking.
Yeah.
I think you need those anchors, and it wasn't necessarily clear. And I like, maybe I overestimated some people's superstardom. But when I think about I'm
on your side.
When I think about a Blake Monroe, who is currently, I believe she is currently the North American Women's Champion. But like, I think of her and I'm like, I'm okay with her having a couple years in NXT, you know, because even if she was the AEW Women's World Champion, I like that. I don't know if I'm sipping
The Kool-Aid.
I don't know if I'm a double standarding.
You know what I think it is too. I saw this clip on Twitter
because I don't feel that way about Jordan Grace. I want to bring that in too.
I
because
think she needs to be a champion right now.
On the main roster.
Anywhere.
Whatever.
Put a belt on her now.
Exactly. Sending her to NXT is weird to me too.
But I don't hate it because it's have you seen you don't watch a lot of NXT. Have you seen the difference in the way Tiffany Stratton fought in NXT compared to how she fights now? She doesn't do like half of the stuff she did there. And I was like, why is it like that? And then I sat with it and I realized, oh, they're not traveling. They don't. You don't have to stay healthy in NXT. You can do more. You can be more athletic. You can try more things. Yeah. You can have more moves in your repertoire because at the end of your match, at the end of your night, you go home.
Makes me sad for Javon Evans if that's the case.
He'll always be this. I don't think that'll change with him. I think it'll get less scary.
Yeah.
But that's the fun part. But what I'm saying is like Tiffany Stratton used to do stuff off the rope. She used to jump over, like do stuff on the apron. She
doesn't want to hurt herself.
And now she doesn't want to hurt herself because at the end of her night, she's not going home. She's getting in the car. Yeah. She's getting on the plane.
Yeah.
But Jordan Grace at the end of her night, cool. I get to go back to my apartment because I'm living in Florida while I'm down here. You know what I mean?
But her style, I don't know.
But you get what I'm just.
I don't know if her.
But you get what I just think in general. There's more time to recover in NXT. It's so much easier to get out there and because when you're in developmental, you're trying to get noticed. You're trying to do more, and then once you get to the main roster, you're like, okay, how do I stay healthy so that I can keep doing this every week, every night?
I think
that's a big thing.
But I compare these runs that Julia and Stephanie Vaquer had, and I know that we were talking about Jade Cargill as world champion, but I think about these runs that that Stephanie Vaquer and Julia had in NXT, and I compare it to Asuka,
the GOAT.
Like
Asuka's having a great year, by the way. I want to say, I'm so happy for those three.
All those three in NXT, like coming from, and again, this is the same thing. They were from legendary in Japan.
But you have to get the American audience to understand who they are and learn their style and learn who they are.
And I think that they did that pretty well. Because genuinely I didn't learn that they were from Japan.
Once I realized who Asuka was, because that's when me and a couple of our old friends were watching NXT together, and we were like, "Whoa, NXT's better than the main roster." And because it was for a short time.
It was.
It had Samoa Joe.
People talk about that. People talk about that on the video that popped off. Yes. The fact that people were like going from NXT Black and Gold to Prime New Japan, like that was what wrestling was.
And it's like. It's really, really weird. NXT's in a weird spot where they're not black and gold. They're not the black and gold NXT, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because as wrestling changes, as your talent changes, you need to be willing to change. This is Shawn Michaels' baby. This version of NXT is Shawn Michaels' baby. That version of NXT is Triple H's baby.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of because remember when Triple H took over and everyone's like, oh my God, finally a breath of fresh air. And for that first couple years, it was.
Yeah.
And then the TKO buyout. I think a lot of what's wrong with WWE is the TKO buyout, but that's a completely different conversation where people are like, no, Triple H just sucks. And I hate him. And wrestling has been ruined. But I think it's a lot different when you're running the main roster.
It is.
It's so different.
You have more programming.
You have more programming. There's so much more money involved. All the merch and you have TKO and you have people who give you money in your ear saying we need to sell more of this. We need to see more of this.
We need to sell more of this. And the test group is bigger.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's easy.
It's not easy to run NXT, but it's so much easier to run NXT than it is to run the main roster.
But yeah. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves and blame Triple H for everything that's bad with the Fed, I wanna hit one final thing before we sign off here, and that we crowned a brand new world heavyweight champion. He finally did it. He completed the boyhood dream from after returning.
I almost cried. Like I
CM
was
Punk.
so emotional.
CM Punk is your new World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Jey Uso.
Can we just have like a second to like set in that CM Punk for more than 5 minutes
He's
on an episode of Raw? Like
he's a world champion.
He's a
in WWE
world
again.
heavyweight champion in WWE again.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him. Whether or not I hate the Fed and I hate the product or I haven't been watching or whatever we want to say, this is a moment that will be remembered forever. And it's a moment that is good for wrestling. It's good for him. And I think it's good for the wrestling world. I think the wrestling world has had a portion of it that is healed with this win. I think it's all the people that hate on it and are mad. Oh, why did it have to be Jay? What? How about we smile? Because when he came back, what did all of us want? Him to be a champion.
Yep.
And yes, I've seen the tweets where it's like that man holds the belt and you can't even get me to watch What's Wrong with Your Company. Like I get that, but let's just smile that CM Punk holds the World Heavyweight Championship for a second. That's such a dope moment.
Yeah. I cannot disagree with that. I think more specifically, this is a victory for the people who didn't follow Punk while he was away. You know, more than anything, it is this writing in the WWE history book, regardless of whatever happened in that 7-9 years he was away. He is back to being a world champion for more than 5 minutes.
And I just think it shows that the door is always open now. Like you can leave, you can come back.
Yeah.
Like the grudge holding, it's still there. Don't get me wrong, but if CM Punk can leave and come back and win a title,
I was gonna say, well, I mean, we'll see how Andrade handles his situation.
well, we'll see him in a year.
I
When your name's big enough, like CM Punk's is,
yeah.
duh, right? Like, but I'm just saying in general, like, this is a great moment.
I agree. I'm happy for CM Punk because I genuinely, hell froze over. He returned to WWE. I never thought that was going to happen. I think there was a small part of me that someone was still going to be petty. Mm-hmm. Someone was still going to be petty, not give him a championship. And I've talked about this.
I really thought he was never going to get a championship run again, and he was just going to be there to get his check and have these cool matches and say, I went back to WWE.
Yeah. And I was so prepared to say, Yeet Man wins. But no Yeet. And we got Chick Magnet, Chicago Made, Cookie Monster, Corporate Man, Chili Monster.
CM Punk is your world heavyweight champion, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And while we were on a positive note, we want to say goodbye. Break your hearts a little bit. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please follow the damn podcast at Pod-A-Mania Pod _EWO3 and at Bozo Dills. Please like, subscribe, comment. What was your favorite part of the episode? What was your favorite part of wrestling this week? And
you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Put us in your little earbuds. You know,
at the gym maybe.
We got some clips.
In your car. Well, yeah, sometimes, some weeks.
You can come follow us on TikTok too.
Follow us on TikTok. I will say, in the race to 500, TikTok is beating YouTube.
Hey, man.
I know it's easier over there.
We are,
but
we keep forgetting to say it at the intro, but we are going for 500. If you could click subscribe and get us there. A lot of you that watch aren't subbed.
Appreciate you guys. You have a good one.
Stay toasty.
Stay toasty.
That's what you did.
I
You
know.
said that. I wanted to be like you.